Hey guys, what's going on? It is me, Sam here. Welcome to this video. So on the newest elf document for the new elf city, there is this certain piece on the article which really stood out to me and probably stood out to quite a lot of other players as well, and it is the new dungeoneering resource dungeon. It requires level 115 to access, so it's a very high requirement. You will need 115 dungeoneering to actually access this, and it says here, activating this dungeon gives the player a large chunk of dungeoneering XP, and the resource dungeon will contain, it's got a massive list of things that are inside of it. So firstly, it's got additional crystal flecked sandstone rock. So if you don't know already, earlier this year we had a poll of a new type of potion, and I think the one that won was that you could mix two potions together into one, and you'd need these certain flasks to actually make that. So in here will be additional crystal flex sandstone rock, so you can mine more and get more flasks, which is pretty sweet, especially because the potions do sound pretty awesome that you can combine two into one. You know, you can imagine an overload and a prairie newel. So more sandstone rocks, you know, more flasks, all good. That's pretty sweet. And it's also got frost dragons as well. So you're probably thinking that's a bit weird. Why have they got frost dragons? They've already got frost dragons dungeon. But the cool thing about this is that it's not only got frost dragons, it's also got a bank deposit box as well. So that means, yes, you can go kill the frost dragons, and you can deposit literally everything into the bank deposit box. There's been arguments with people saying, like, you know, it's not really going to matter too much because we've always had yaks really to sort of do that for us, but this will make it a lot easier. You won't need to worry about having low summoning points to sort of keep using scrolls or, you know, magic notepaper, anything like that. You can just chuck it in the bank deposit box and off you go. From the sounds of it, it should be pretty OP and good money, especially for the people that do want to make money again, like frost dragons. It will obviously be easier to make money this way than using the yak or anything like that, so that's pretty sweet. So quite interesting. You know, it's going to free up frost dragons in the other dungeon, hopefully, so more people can actually kill these. And then the next part is most likely the most interesting part of the whole thing, and this is why I actually want to make a video on it, and it's about this crystal motherlode rock. So this rock can be mined once per player per day to gain at least one of the following. So every day you can mine this rock and you will get one reward. Now the rewards contain a golden shattered heart rock that the player has not gained. So if you don't know already, there is going to be a new statue to complete. I believe it's in the region of 30 weeks. I've heard it's about 32 weeks, and it's similar to the shattered heart we have right now, where you've got to collect the rocks and do it for 30 weeks. You might have seen me do a few live streams on that, but there's going to be a new one, and it says golden shattered heart rock here, so I'm guessing this is for the new one because it does say underneath a shattered heart rock that the player's not gained. So that could be for the let's just go with the old shattered heart, and this could be for the new one. I'm not entirely sure on that, but we'll just have to wait and see on that part. And it tells you the rarity as well of how you know, easy these are going to get. So for these it is just common, so you could get these quite a lot, which is pretty cool, even though it's not the best thing to get compared to everything else which is on this list. So the next one is a key token. This is common, a crystal geode. I think I'm saying that right, I'm not too sure. Now this is something from the crystal trees, and again I can't really say too much on it because I've never really got one myself, but I believe you can sort of open it and get some sort of reward from it. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe you guys can put in the comments and let me know and let everyone else know if they don't know already what this is, of to what you can get from it. You can get crystal half keys, you can get court case scrolls, so that's pretty sweet if you want to try and get some court cases. These are actually uncommon as well, so they're not too hard to get by the sounds of it. And then the next one, this is probably the biggest one, which a lot of people are sort of thinking, is this a bit too OP? Has this devalued certain items? And that is tokens towards chompy kills and castle wars tickets, and it goes etc as well. So there's probably a few more things that you might need for the trim completion escape, which could be added to this. And again, this is only uncommon, so it's not rare at all. It just says tokens for chompy kill, so I don't know how that's going to work. Or the castle wars tickets, it could give you a batch of 5, I don't know. But of course this is going to help out big time. Well, not, I say big time, it's not going to help out too much because they do say that this is just meant to nudge players getting closer towards, you know, getting a comp cape or a trim completionist cape. But it's going to be just a helpful boost to, you know, getting this completionist cape, and it's going to be worthwhile doing. You know, I'm not going to like decline free castle wars tickets. You know, this is going to be pretty sweet. So yeah, it's definitely going to be worth doing this, and you know, like I said, it doesn't require level 115 dungeoneering, so you've got to make sure you got that before you can actually access this. And you can get crystal keys, crystal Triskelion pieces, and these ones are rare actually now, as you can see next to the name here. They're becoming rarer. You've got ancient effigies, which are rare, clue scrolls, uncommon to rare, so I'm guessing you can get maybe easy clues. I'd be surprised if they put easy clues into this, things that is quite a high up sort of resource dungeon, so it could just be hard to elite. I'm not entirely sure, but uncommon, I'm not too sure on that one, but I suppose you just have to wait and see. On that one, you can get champion scrolls. These are rare. That would be amazing to get a champion scroll, seriously, because sometimes champion scrolls can be a right pain. To get one of these from this resource dungeon or from this rock would be amazing. You can also get a complete crystal Triskelion piece, which is very rare. You can get a crystal tree seed, very rare. And it says other rare items, weapons and armor, which is also very rare. So it's kind of, there's like a lot of things to do with this crystal motherlode rock. There's a lot of things in there which are good. It's not like, you know, they don't sound too great. So, you know, there's a load of cool stuff in there, and especially, you know, if you want to get some Castle Wars tickets, things like that, then this is going to be really, really sweet. And I've also, you know, heard a few people saying that if you want to sort of block some of these rewards from, you know, you getting, you could try and get, like, well, for example, I've unlocked all the court cases, so, you know, I'm not going to get any court cases, so already this one is off the list. So if I get 5 effigies, you know, I can no longer get any more effigies, so this is, you know, cleared off of it. You could have a clue scroll in your bank, so this one's been blocked off from you getting, so, you know, it increases your chances of getting other things, which is a really cool sort of, you know, a way to work around this to try and get, you know, for example, Castle Wars tickets or something like that, which you might not want compared to, which you might want compared to, you know, an ancient effigy or something. I'm not too sure. So it goes down here like what the intention is, and it's just, like I said, it's just to gently push high-level players to getting towards the comp and trimmed comp, without sort of like making it too OP, but just sort of like getting some Castle Wars tickets. You could think to yourself, you know, oh, that's pretty cool. I might, you know, try and get a few more now. I might go play some Castle Wars. I might try and, you know, reach this many. And you know, I think it's really cool. I don't think it's gonna be too OP. I think it's gonna be, you know, as they said, just a gentle nudge to you know, get people on track to actually getting the comp and trimmed comp. And one other thing down here at the bottom which I want to talk about is, and this is actually relating to the crystal motherlode shard, so I'm sure most of you have heard of these, or at least have a couple of these if you've got the crystal amulet. And it says the crystal motherlode shards gained from the summer promotion will allow a player to have 1 free mine of this rock. So as of now in the bank I have 40 of these shards, so that allows me to have an extra 40 goes at this rock, so it's quite a lot. It's going to be quite fun to, you know, see what I can get from it. And probably by the time it comes out I might have over 50, 60, I'm not entirely sure. I don't actually really know when this is coming out, but it goes to show that, you know, if you have actually played a lot since you got that crystal amulet on, then you've got a good chance of getting a load of, you know, rewards from this, and, you know, it's pretty sweet. So I can see where people are coming from, where they might be a bit angry at this because it's, you know, people say it's devaluing the trim completionist cape. I can see where they're coming from, but I don't think it's going to be too OP. You know, it could be like 2 Castle Wars tickets, for example. It could not be many. I wouldn't see it being too many, because I'm sure Jagex would know that they wouldn't really want to, you know, devalue it too much, because it is the trim completionist cape, and you still require a lot to go. And I think they've quoted at one point that it will take years to get enough tickets, you know, to complete the Castle Wars requirement, for example. So I can't say it being too bad. I think people just need to look at it at a more positive way. I think it's going to be a fine update. It's going to be pretty sweet. And of course, you've got the Frost Dragons up there, like I said, and additional sandstone rocks, which is sweet. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm going to have the link to this article in the description. It's like a big article. This is just a section of it. There's a lot more in this, which I could go over if you want me to. Make sure you put that in the comments as well if you want me to do sort of more videos of the Elf City and things coming up with it. That could be quite interesting. And tell me what you think about this resource dungeon as well, whether or not you like it, if you do think it's OP and why, or if you think it's, like, you know, a really cool update and you're, you know, really excited to see it and have a go at trying to get these awesome rewards. But that's going to be it from me, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.